Hey pretty people, it's Natalie Michelle with Pretty Big Faith, and with this video we are going to jump into what tangible changes you need to make in order to finally hold that promise, that hope, that dream that you've been praying for, that you've been sacrificing for, but for whatever reason you just keep hitting that wall and it's just not here yet. So there are some things that, yes, they're totally up to God's timing, but then there are some things that require movement on our part and that require a change and a shift. So we're going to talk about what changes and shifts need to happen in this season, in this month, in this week, so you can finally get those things that you've been waiting for. Jump in. To say thank you for such an overwhelming response from just your viewership for the last video that I did with my friend Sean on relationships and commitment. Y'all went in, those comments were on fire, and you want more, and you will definitely be getting more later this week. So turn on those notifications so that you can make sure you are the first to see when that new video drops. In the meantime, though, as we mentioned, we are single till we are married. And so you have to make sure that your single self is what it needs to be before you meet bae, before you meet that boo. You are already married. These are ways that you can still apply to make sure that you are in order and that you are still working towards your individual dream, because even when you are married, there's still some unique dreams and talents that God placed in you that still need to happen. So how can we secure those things? So number one, your new mindset. You need to have a new mind. It's how you see things. So if you are consistently just like harping on every hurt, every rejection, every old thing that hurt you or broke your trust, you are not going to be able to see the newness of the season that you're in. Think of it in terms of relationships. If you're consistently comparing every new guy to the old guy that hurt you, the one that lied, the one that cheated, you're going to eventually turn this new guy into that old guy. Not necessarily that he's going to replicate those old behaviors, but you're bringing that old mindset into it. It's going to taint and pollute this new thing that's actually trying to happen. And so it just stops it in its tracks. And you may have experienced that before. You've been hurt, your trust has been betrayed, and now you're in this new thing, but you just can't seem to help comparing the two people who had nothing to do with each other. But before you know it, you're all suspicious and you're like, and you ruin it just because of your old fears. So I want to challenge you to make a list of all the things that you need to see change this month, this time. And then after you make that list, I want you to have and create a picture in your mind, grab an image in your mind of what you see it looking like without those things attached to it. Example, back to the relationship. So I'm going to write down on my list, new healthy relationship with a man of God that has purpose and destiny. And I'm going to keep an image of a man that I can trust, a man that will be faithful, a man that is loyal, a man that will pursue and treasure me. That's what I'm going to keep in my mind. Instead of replaying the old hurt, being rejected, being cheated on, being lied to, being just mistreated. I'm not going to replay that. I know where that went. I'm going to play the new thing. Okay? The next thing I want you to do is make room for new space, right? So we have our new mindset and then we have a new space. What does that mean? That does not mean that you're about to go buy new property right this minute. I mean, you could, of course, but not to say that you have to just like spit upon everything that you have. No, but let's look at refreshing our space. Let's look at what little, sometimes it just takes a little, and that little goes a long way. Our space tends to be a reflection of how we're feeling. So when it's messy, usually and out of control, that's usually a reflection of what's going on in our lives. Just go back to the foundation, get order here first, and then you'll see that trickle down effect in every other area. Because then it's going to change how you think, how you approach, how you wake up in the morning. But if you're tripping over stuff as you're getting ready and you're stressed out and there are dishes in the sink and you have just piles of things everywhere and you can't even see clearly, you get in your car and you have like digging through stuff just to get in the car, and then you go into a job that you're not even liking, and in your desk you can't barely see, and then they're like, yeah, we need this deadline here and be creative. It stifles that process. So I'm not saying you have to be completely OCD and like everything that works for me. But find your style, find that balance, find that rhythm in order for it to reflect in every other area of your life. Go through your closet. Are there clothes that I'm not even gonna say are there. I know that there are clothes in there. There are outfits, there are accessories in there that you do not wear. You have not touched. You're waiting for this special day. I'm gonna wear this with my man one day when I get a man, or I'm gonna wear this when I sign that contract. Okay, well that hasn't happened yet. And in the time that you've been waiting, your style has changed, your weight has fluctuated, you don't even love it that much. Why don't you let that go, free it, and give it to someone else who that can be a blessing to? And in the meantime, make room, because you're still expecting that thing to happen, but you can't even get to that thing. It's all the way in the back of the closet. You don't even see it anymore. So how is that staying at the forefront of your mind as a motivation to get that thing that you're waiting to wear it to? Ask yourself, what do you need to let go of? Make space. And then lastly, I want to challenge you to be a new you, okay? New you. YOU. Think of an acronym. Yes, opportunities, unique. Doesn't rhyme. It's not a poem, but it just works for me. The Y is for yes. Start saying yes to things that you are so typically quick to say no to without even giving it a moment's thought. Maybe friends, families have said, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever tried this? Maybe a haircut, a hairstyle, a hair color, a wardrobe shift, just something, a new habit, something that it's in the back of your mind. You're like, I wonder what I'd look like this, or I wonder what that would be like. But you're so quick to say no to it because you have this long list of why you shouldn't be able to do it. You don't have the money. You're too old. It's too late. It's too this. It's too that. Our excuses, my goodness, if we could make up possibilities as quickly as we can come up with a list of excuses, can you imagine where we would be? Just start saying yes to some things. Not to everything, right? Making sure that it's positive and that it's adding value. That O is for opportunities. What opportunities can you seek out? Are there new things that you can bring into your life, whether it's a new habit, a new hobby, a new talent, something that you can work on? Take a second look at it. And you never know. You never know until you try. Nothing ventured is nothing gained. And then the last one is unique. What is so special about you? Use it. When I was a little girl, my mom, all the time, she would say to me, Natalie, be you. I'd come home crying. They're making fun of my hair. They're making fun that they're saying I'm too skinny. I'm too tall. And she'd say, use that. Use what is so special about you because there is no one else like you. God made you fearfully and wonderfully. There's no one else who can do what you can do, who can speak like you can speak, who can think like you. So use that. That is your superpower. Tap into your superpower. Think again, what is so special about me? What's so quirky? What are those things that I'm always putting off? And I'm like, that's just a weird thing I do. Well, that weird thing you do could be the very thing that you've been hoping that can open the door to the thing that you've been praying for. Look deeper and ask yourself, what have I not been paying attention to that I actually do need to pay attention to? And so I hope that this blessed you as we launch into, like I said, this new month, this new season. The possibilities are endless. Anything is possible, but it first starts with us up here, then our actions, and then our belief system. I hope that this blessed you. And I hope that you are not greedy and that you share with your friends and your squad and your family, and that you just keep coming back for more purpose, for more activation and accountability, because you do not have to do life alone. Leave your comments down there. I can't wait to read them. A new video will drop later this week on relationships, so definitely stay tuned for that. And go forth. Go make this month everything that you need it to be and more. Bye, y'all.